cape and the spandex fireproof suit for flying at the speed of light of the female Jack Ryan. Her name is Susan Lindauer, and she's going to release information. I said, I learned a lesson a long time ago. Don't worry about getting in trouble. Stay in trouble and just handle it. Okay, so Susan, it's I'm not going to insert many comments other than say, go for it.
Today we are going to make real trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know who I am, I was a CIA and defense intelligence asset from 1993 onwards. I negotiated Lockerbie trial with Libya. I negotiated the return of the weapons inspectors to Iraq. And I also gave advance warning about 9/11. There is a continuum here. I was locked up. I was for doing all of those things that were so great. No good deed goes unpunished in Washington, and I was arrested on the Patriot Act. I was locked up in prison on Carswell Air Force Base, threatened for a year without a trial or hearing, threatened with forcible drugging, to anything that would chemically lobotomize me. I refused, of course, being who I am, I refused to cooperate. I said, oh, hell no, you're not going to do that to me. We fought, we battled, I won. I was released from prison, and then I started to tell my story. And the story, what you are now going to discover, is that the story did not end with any of those things. As if all of that was not dramatic enough. Right. Someone came to me and said, because I had reached a point where I was starting to disclose how thievery off the Pentagon and the CIA budgets was aggravating and confounding policy. And they came to me and said, Susan, we want you to shut up. You are talking too much. You're hurt, and we have a deal for you. I'm being really honest here. We have a deal for you. We know that you were involved in you being me, was involved in the 9/11 warnings, trying to stop 9/11. Well, the day before 9/11, Donald Rumsfeld held a press conference announcing that $2.3 trillion had been stolen from the Pentagon budgets. They said, we know who's got it, and we're going to give you the opportunity to go get it. When you get your money, you will get paid and get your money when you help us get our money. Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, I've been keeping this money safe. I know exactly where it is. I know exactly who's got it. I know what he did with it. I know how he invested it. I know how he made it earn money. I could sit down with Congress and in a closed door hearing, because it would have to be closed door, because there's some things I just cannot tell you, even though I know the answers and I know all of your questions. There's some things that I have to hold back until after the money is recovered. It is now time to go get this bloody freaking money. The money is now, this is the missing $21 trillion that a few people have been talking about. And we are now at a point, there are two ways to get it back. One of the ways has an expiration date at the end of January or end of February of 2020. So we have to roll this thing. And the problem has been, I have already been going to the Pentagon and to the White House. I have filed papers with the Justice Department, Attorney General, and the Treasury Department. The problem that we're having is that the deep state hates Trump so much, that President Trump so much, and maybe a lot of you do too. But the deep state has been so sabotaging President Trump that they've been blocking actions that are necessary, that are critically necessary if we're going to get this money back. But if we do get this money back, and I'm going to go through there's going to be 3 whistleblows today building up to this one. If we do get this money back, I'm going to show you why it is critical that the money be reported to Congress and not go to the Pentagon. We've got I'm going to show you why you must pay attention to this money right now. And we
Right.
all have got to be vigilant, because you're thinking that it will go straight to the Congress and Congress will decide the money. And I'm going to show you why you are tragically mistaken. So
Right.
mistaken. This is actually, okay, so the first whistleblow, I told Dr. Bill here that I had to wait for two things to happen, which have now been done on the same day, fortunately. I had to wait for the Inspector General Horowitz report to come out, and I had to wait for the House to pass the Pentagon spending budget for 2020.
Right.
Are we at the break?
No, we keep going. We've got another 9 minutes. Go ahead.
I can hear a sound. Somebody's listening to us now.
No, that's just the fan in the background of my computer. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, the NSA is always listening, so don't worry. Hopefully, their agents will have a conniption. You know.
Hopefully, they'll have a conniption fit, and they'll contact Secretary Esper and say, "Get off your butt, Mister. Go get this money, because it is about to expire. We have to. The person who's got it is a federal inmate. That's why he has been hidden away all these years. That's why you have not been able to get any action or traction on this, because he's locked up in prison, and he does not get out of prison until November of 2025, 6 years from now. He has literally been in prison since 1999.
Really?
But right now, there are two ways, and the reason that they used me is because this guy only deals with other people who have been federal prisoners, federal inmates. He refuses to deal with any straight citizens. He would never deal with you at all, but he would deal with me because I was locked up, okay, on the Patriot Act.
Right.
And I was accused of being an Iraqi agent, laugh, laugh, snort, snort, because of forgeries and felony perjury by the Iraqi exiles. I categorically deny that I ever broke any laws or received any payments. They had forged documents. There's a previous interview that Dr. Bill and I did 2 weeks ago, which I want you to post, Dr. Bill, with this interview so people can hear what actually happened, because they're going to say, wait a minute, who is this woman? How did she get into this whole mess? And they need to know what happened in that. I don't want to repeat that here now. Okay, I'm not going to repeat that here now. You're going to have to go back to that other interview to get this. Right now, we're going to talk about the 21 trillion. And it starts with the CIA coming to me and say, or the CIA Pentagon intelligence. It was during General David Petraeus' sojourn as CIA director. And they came to me and said, look, Susie, what you suffered was the deception you suffered, and the horror and the hideous actions that you suffered are shared by the active duty soldiers. The deceptions that you both suffered with the soldiers. You and the soldiers are equal in this suffering. Okay.
Right.
So we're going to give you a chance to rebuild your life. Oh, wow. There's a lot of
They're comedians too, aren't they?
They're interference. There's a lot of interference on my end that I can hear, and I don't know if you all can hear it. They're running a lot of interference on this sound, but I'm going to
we're going to get Tomas to try to see if he can kind of clear that up a bit. Tomas, see what you can do.
Okay, I'm an
I can still hear you really well, so please continue.
Okay, so
it's recording good. In other words, your voice is getting through Superwoman. Go ahead.
Okay, great. So they came to me and they said, here's your chance. When you will get paid your money when we get our money. Now, this was very important because I was also, in addition to all these other things that I'd been, I was also an encyclopedia of thievery off the federal treasury. The $2.3 trillion that had been stolen by this federal inmate were the monies that I should have been included, payments that I should have received for
Right.
negotiating the Lockerbie trial, and
Right.
the handover of the 2 Libyans for trial. There was an $8 million reward that my team was supposed to get for that, and because of the stolen money, we did not get paid.
Ah,
Then,
okay.
then the second theft was my CIA handler stealing the $13 million off the emergency appropriations from Congress for the 9/11 investigation. Some of you will know that the 9/11 Commission received $11 million. We received $13 million, and essentially my CIA handler grabbed it as hush money for his own, to pay for his own silence on our regarding our 9/11 warnings. So he took it and he said, well, I'm going to keep it, and I'm not ever going to tell anybody about the 9/11 warnings. I will now defend the CIA's position. So he took it for that. Okay.
Wow.
As a result of that thievery, I was forced. I had a guy in Baghdad, a real Iraqi double agent, who knew the sons of Saddam Hussein, Qusay and Uday Hussein, who were Saddam's sons, and he was married to his wife was the daughter of an Iraqi general. He was very high positioned in the Iraqi Mukhabarat, which was the secret interior police, and he was promised to monitor. He was able to deliver real terrorists hiding out inside Baghdad during Saddam's reign, and where they were staying, who they were meeting with, what their activities were, and he was willing to help us with all of this. And I negotiated a payment of we had $13 million, and I negotiated a payment of $2,000 for him. And it came from dubious sources. But I connived a payment not for myself. I connived a payment for him.
Right.
That was the key. And I got in trouble. They knew very well why I had done it and what had happened, but they punished me for saving him. And you guys probably cannot hear this, but there's a lot of static on the
I can still hear it though. I know.
Okay.
Are we on Skype right now, or are we on the phone?
Skype.
Can we bump it up a bit?
This is an effort to block us out. But
I know it is. Listen, I've seen it happen before with NSA. Please continue, though.
Okay.
We are getting it. It is being recorded. Go ahead.
This is so important. Why? And then the third. Okay, so I set out on this case, and I discovered, lo and behold, oh yeah, he's got it all right. Oh yes, he does. He's got it, and it is now being held as Malaysian ringgits in Hong Kong. And it probably requires a 50-50 split with China. Presuming that is true, and I'm being conservative here, we would get $21 trillion back. But again, It has to be now. So I am breaking silence because the money is real. I know it's real. And I'm about to show you in the next segment why this has got to be there has to be a mandate that the money will be reported to Congress, not be handed off to the Pentagon for the Pentagon to squander and waste it. And because what we've seen repeatedly is that the Pentagon takes the money. They are afraid of sequestration. Sequestration. Here we come to the break. We'll pick this up after the break.
Absolutely, and we'll continue talking on the break first. That's amazing. So, you are a female bloodhound for the money trail from the so-called 9/11 scamtastic demolition of these buildings in the Pentagon, right?
Yes, indeed. And I know where it is.
Oh, boy.
Do you have difficulty taking supplements? Are you searching for a high-quality, complete nutritional drink that your whole family will love? NutriMedical's Life Support has arrived. All of your daily nutritional requirements in one quick, delicious drink. Dr. Bill Deagle's Life Support is a proprietary blend of vegan protein, activated vitamins, essential minerals, amino acids, probiotics, green tea, digestive enzymes, anti-inflammatories, cancer prevention, detoxification, and much more. Your body will high-five you for this one. Life Support is the best complete nutritious meal replacement on the market. Whether you are an elite athlete, have post-operative challenges, chronic illness, elderly, or a family that just wants a quick, delicious drink, try Dr. Bill Deagle's Life Support for optimized nutrition in one great-tasting smoothie. Just add cold water, almond milk, fruit, or anything else you like. NutriMedical's Life Support. Try our great-tasting chocolate or vanilla today. Call 888-212-8871 or visit us online at NutriMedical.com. NutriMedical.com for the whole family.
Legacy Emergency Foods is the top recommendation from Dr. Bill Deagle for the lowest oxygen concentration, the largest entrees, the highest amount of protein, the most varied entrees as well, and the longest food storage life. Nothing like Legacy Emergency Foods, and if you place a regular monthly order, you get 20% off and free shipping. Do get Emergency Foods for your supply for preparation, and get it from Legacy Foods. Contact Dr. Bill Deagle for the link at NutriMedical.com. Go to the Shop by Products link and drop-down message at NutriMedical.com, and then place your orders for regular emergency food for yourself and your family. Nothing like emergency food if the power goes out and you can't go to grocery stores, or if there's an emergency or a national crisis. So NutriMedical.com, top recommendation, Legacy Foods. NutriMedical.com, go to the Shop by Products and drop-down menu, and stay well with NutriMedical every day of your life. Lumen photon therapy, infrared light, far and near infrared, is extremely important for pain control, stimulation of nitric oxide, improved perfusion, and stem cell activation and reduction of cytokines. Dr. Bill uses it for pain control, for regeneration techniques, for organ regeneration, and for stimulation of your stem cell activity. This amazing lumen photon therapy this year will probably have an additional device with frequency therapy during the on phase of the lights. To obtain a lumen photon machine, contact Dr. Bill at NutriMedical.com, 888-212-8871. He'll prescribe it with you providing nutraceuticals to help with your regeneration, healing, and pain control. Nothing like the lumen photon therapy for easy therapy for your eyes, your pain, your joints, regeneration of organs, detoxification of the body. Get a lumen photon machine from Dr. Bill Deagle, NutriMedical.com, 888-212-8871. Stay well with NutriMedical. The Sonic Life Machine is one of the most amazing therapies that Dr. Bill provides. It is the best sine wave exercise machine on the planet, doing whole body vibration, opening up the muscle to reduce insulin resistance, improve perfusion, release stem cell therapies throughout the body, and epigenetically stimulate the body to release DNA activated. The epigenetic therapy with the sine wave curve of frequencies given for atomic resonance, but Linus Pauling for minerals and amino acids stimulates the production of messenger RNA to correct structural protein enzyme deficiency for almost every illness. There's nothing like the sine wave therapy for improving body healing for exercise, but also the epigenetic treatments Dr. Bill can provide can help neutralize frequencies for disease states and illness. Get a Sonic Life machine through Dr. Bill Deagle at NutriMedical.com. Contact us at NutriMedical.com, 888-212-8871, or go to the website NutriMedical and give us a contact. Dr. Bill is available to help you get well with NutriMedical.
Need a powerful ally to fight daily bugs and serious pathogens? Allicin Med is the powerful universal pathogen killer's latest advance of German-sourced allicin, enzymatically stabilized to clear the body of bacteria, fungi, mycobacteria, and parasites. It penetrates body biofilms and is non-toxic to tissues. Pathogen resistance cannot develop for long-term body-optimized wellness. Clear stealth pathogens that promote autoimmune disease, cancer and vascular inflammation and plaque, and promote healing of tissues. Now pathogen-free. With 200 milligrams more power than prior Alamed, you can't get a more powerful ally to fight daily bugs and serious pathogens. Give your body what it needs. Allicin Med. Order Dr. Bill Deagle's Nutridyne at 888-212-8871 or NutriMedical.com. That's 1-888-212-8871 or NutriMedical.com. And listen to the NutriMedical Report on the Genesis Radio Network with open lines every weekday. NutriMedical.com, bringing nutrition and medicine together.
Looking at a time slot here next week. Next Friday, actually, the 20th is available.
Let's wait a couple of weeks.
You want to wait a couple weeks, Amina? Because next week is the 20th, and the week after that is after Christmas, 27th. You want to do the 26th or 27th? And we are now coming back. So we have the amazing Susan Lindauer. I'm not going to try to interrupt because I tend to jump in. But go ahead and tell your story. We need to hear this.
Yeah, I really appreciate this. It's okay. Now I'm going to switch tracks and tell you I'm going to bump forward again. Okay, so we went to work, and amazingly we found out that, oh, yes, he's got the money. This is real money. I know where it is. I know who's got it. I know how he amassed such a large fortune. And I have provided this information to the Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper, and to President Trump, and to Attorney General Barr. Okay, some of this I am not going to answer your questions, though I know what they are. I'm gonna jump forward a couple of years now. And we began a process of this man got the 2.3 trillion, but he also stole 217 Pentagon accounts, which at the time totaled $489 billion.
Wow.
$489 billion. Now realize the money is stolen in 1999. So this money was on time deposit for 20 years. So it starts off smaller, maybe just a few $100 million, but over time the earnings grow and multiply. And what he has done is every year he takes the earning, he uses these time deposit accounts, which are all over the world, hidden away, and he uses them as collateral for investments, mostly on oil purchasing, because he can buy oil as a commodity, and he does a lot of oil purchasing and commodity purchasings. And then the banks are happy because the underlying accounts are still frozen in time deposits, but he's using the money for investments. So at the end of the year, which is December 31st. Now realize today is December 12th. December 31st, his year-end earnings come in. And in January and February, he's receiving the money, he's making investment decisions, he's giving instructions to his crew as to what to do with the money. Then that is a moment to keep. So that's what he's doing right now. We have an opportunity right now to get a solution to this problem. The greatest problem, there are two matters, which is why I did not go forward before, was until the Pentagon budget is passed, it would be disastrous if we have another government shutdown. The reason this money was not captured earlier is because in January and February of 2018 and 2019, the government was shut down exactly at the moment when we needed to be communicating with this individual, things that I'm not going to explain to you. This is the critical moment. And if we miss this opportunity now, we will lose the $21 trillion. Okay? But if you listen to me and you do, and if the Pentagon and the CIA, I hope they're listening, the NSA says, okay, this is the moment, we've got to strike. This is the moment when the iron is hot. This is the moment when action must occur. And if we don't do it now, we will lose it forever, because there's a funny little time limit that we have to pay attention to. And if we lose the money right at this moment, we will never get it back. Okay? So that is why I'm poking my head up and I'm breaking protocol by telling you something that this country urgently needs to know. Because, guys, this is real money. This is the real deal. This is the real thing. And it is not a hallucination. It's not just the Pentagon or the Treasury issuing fake what do you call it? You're just churning out more cash. Quantitative easing. It is not quantitative easing. This money has already been in circulation in the economy for 20 years, and he's got it locked up in his accounts. We have the capability to go get it. Now, here's the problem. My team recovered. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. My team recovered $87 billion. When the $80 billion came in, it was reported to Congress, and this was during the Obama years. This was in 2015. And I had gone to Joe Biden. This is where the IG report comes in. I had gone to Joe Biden, who was vice president, and Hillary Clinton, who was supposed to be pro-women. And I said, guys, my team demands to be paid. We expect to be paid off this program when this $80 billion comes in. Sure enough, it goes in. Congress splits it 50-50 between the $40 billion for the Pentagon, $40 billion for domestic spending. But before they do that, it turns out that Hillary Clinton grabs the money with Lockheed Martin. And I learned about it on October 24th, 2015, when an old spook friend contacted me on Skype and said, hey, MacDill Air Base told me to come on down. They had money for me. Some money from my old operation came in. Well, our money from the $80 billion had been stolen from one of his old operations. So we were waiting for it at that moment. And it had come in it was stolen from the money had not been moved out of the accounts, but he had stolen the paper certificates for the accounts. So he had stolen the paper certificates for the accounts without moving anything. And it was because it was in the 90s, none of this was on computer. It was all paper file records. So anything that was destroyed or anything he put in his suitcase and carried out of the building was now his property, and nobody knew where it was anymore. And the same thing with the security codes. He just walked off. He changed the security codes. Then he put them in his briefcase, walked out the door, and it was done. The same with the paper treasury notes. He went into the Treasury Department. He was super managing the black budgets for the CIA and the Pentagon. And he would go into the Treasury Department with his Treasury badge and officially sign out a few $100 million in treasury notes, paper treasury notes, and he'd fill up his briefcase, walk out the building with the stuff, and take it to these private banks where he was depositing it under his own name. Okay? So that's how he does it. It was before computers. So it's really important to understand that none of this is computerized. That's how he got away with it. But it is a fortune in money. And it is a serious fortune. So we bring back $87 billion. And just so everybody knows, we filed all the paperwork. We had an attorney do it exactly the right way. It was filed correctly. Everybody was reporting. We were excited about it. Everybody was notified. It was filed through Senator Ben Cardin of Maryland, my senator, and it was filed to the Treasury Inspector General, the Pentagon Inspector General, the CIA Inspector General, the Office of Special Counsel, and the Director of National Intelligence Services. So everybody gets the briefings about this stuff. We're very excited about it. This is a big deal. We're ready to rock this out. We're going to go get our 80 billion plus another 1 trillion with a T, plus the 2.3 trillion and earnings. Now here's the deal. Everybody, all these deep state crooks were convinced Hillary Clinton was going to win the election. So when the $80 billion came in, what did they do? They paid Hillary Clinton. And Hillary Clinton and Lockheed Martin take the money from that has been designated for my team's rewards, and they give it to Fusion GPS, Bruce Orr's. Now here you're what? What? Okay. Realize we had filed it to the Justice Department and the Attorney General. You don't know any of how this stuff works. All the inspector generals of the intelligence agencies were notified. So was the Justice Department and the Attorney General. So Andrew McCabe and Bruce Orr and Loretta Lynch and James Comey all receive a copy of the filing. And we're asking for DOJ to go make the seizure. So what they do is they arrange, so Andrew McCabe arranges to pay his wife, Jill McCabe. Bruce Orr arranges to pay his wife, who is Nellie Orr at Fusion GPS. And Lockheed Martin washes the money for Hillary Clinton. My CIA guy, who was holding blackmail, such a strong word, but it really was. He was holding very negative audio tapes tied to Bill Clinton's involvement in the old Iran-Contra operations in Mena, Arkansas. The cocaine that was being brought in on Air America, the flights from Colombia into Mena, Arkansas, and my guy was one of the pilots, and they, for their own protection, so that they could try to escape, for their own protection, they had made secret audio tapes of Bill Clinton and all these people arriving at the airstrip to get cash and cocaine for their own private uses. And Bill Clinton used to roll up in a limousine and get, suitcases full of cash. And that's how he paid for his run for the president, was with these suitcases full of cash from Iran-Contra. Okay, so my guy was being paid off not to expose the audio tapes of Bill Clinton, which would be damaging to Hillary Clinton's run for president in 2016. So that's how. So when the money comes in October 2015, my friend calls me up and says, "Hey, guess what? I just got paid." So I know the exact day he got paid was October 24th. Andrew McCabe's wife got paid on October 1st, October 27th, and October 29th. Nellie Orr, who is the wife of Bruce Orr at Fusion GPS, also gets paid in late October of 2015 for Fusion GPS. And this is what starts the Christopher Steele dossier. This is what Fusion GPS uses to pay Christopher Steele. And that's why I had to wait. I could not, because even though it's not in the IG report, I could not take any risk that I would be accused of messing up the FBI investigation of this stuff. I did give it to the FBI, believe me, and I gave it to Okay.
I have to say, I am stymied and overwhelmed with these facts, and of course I know where this is all going, and you're releasing a lot of it today. I'm sure you're going to do it in future shows, hopefully in a week or two. around Christmas. Back in a moment. More.
Are you still looking for that one iodine that you can really trust? A medical doctor endorsed product that is backed by honest research and true integrative science? Then search no further. Go to NutriMedical.com for Dr. Bill Deagle's Nutriodine, proven time and time again to be the very best iodine available for you. Nutriodine is the only Tesla-activated monatomic plasma iodine in the world. It optimizes mitochondrial function and generation of new mitochondria, from totally neutralizing the venom from a desert recluse spider bite in Southern California to eliminating malaria parasites reported by medical missionaries in Central India. Dr. Bill's Nutriodine is simply the most powerful healing formula there is. Nutriodine clears the body of all known pathogens, restores it to an alkaline state, and even promotes stem cell regeneration. Order Dr. Bill's Nutriodine today at 888-212-8871 or visit us online at NutriMedical.com.
Red Deer Velvet DR is an amazing new product with a patent to preserve 300 biomolecules and 6 hormones, same as fetal life, where you don't age at all. The state of fetal life allows the 300 biomolecules and 6 hormones produced by the placenta to be supportive of the regeneration of tissues and organs, with maximum apoptosis, changing the tissue and organ structure of a fetus. That's why if fetal surgery is performed, there is no scar. Taking 2 to 3 capsules twice a day with oncomycin, myco-D2, provides an amazing support for regeneration of any tissue and organ in the body, and even advanced stem cell therapy support treatment. Do get NutriMedical's Red Deer Velvet DR from Dr. Bill Deagle at NutriMedical.com, NutriMedical.com, 888-212-8871. Stay well and stay young with NutriMedical. Hi, I'm Dr. Bill Deagle, MD, AAEM, ACAM, A4M, of NutriMedical.com, and a consultant providing email advice free on advanced protocols for your optimized wellness and advanced technologies to heal and regenerate you. You can contact us at NutriMedical.com, that's NutriMedical.com, or 888-212-8871. You get free email starter protocols of our top medical-grade nutraceuticals, initial testing, and recommendations for your own primary doctor to do, as well as recommendations to give you an idea of a consultation and a full protocol to try to help you regenerate your tissues, heal naturally without the use of toxic polypharmacy. I can send test kits to you as well anywhere in the world and provide you recommendations to referral of specialty clinics worldwide. So contact me, Dr. Bill Deagle, at NutriMedical.com. That's NutriMedical.com, or 888-212-8871. At NutriMedical.com, we have the most amazing drinks with the best mouthfeel, highest quality bionutrient exposure to your body to heal and regenerate, and the most powerful persistence of nutrients to heal your body dramatically. We have Ageless, which makes you age less, which repairs your DNA, extends your telomeres, etc. We have Life Support that detoxes phase 2 detox pathways, glucuronidation, sulfation, and methylation pathway support. We have Glycemics that blocks the carbohydrate absorption and helps with diabetes or weight loss, and as well helps with people that are trying to build up muscle, using things like our special formulas from Dr. Wolf called Mega Muscles between meals along with Sports Energy Light. We have the amazing Nutri-Complete, the most complete red and greens drink in the world, with the best mouthfeel and flavor. You can often mix it too with Vitamin Mineral Mix, which is our fruit-flavored mixed power of vitamin minerals. Stay well with NutriMedical every day. I'm going to drop some more nice little pearls. Now, we have an opportunity to bring you back either next Friday or Thursday in the third hour, or the following week after Christmas.
We'll work that out after the show. We'll work that out after the show.
I want to keep you on regularly because you keep on dropping. I call these holiday Intel candies. They have an interesting or weird flavor, but they also bite when you bite into them, don't they?
Yeah, they sure do. And here's the next bite. So the $80 billion, Hillary Clinton takes the money for herself and steals. This fake feminist Hillary Clinton robs the federal treasury, robs a woman who has, and I had suffered a lot, guys. Listen to my other show. I want Dr. Eagle, Dr. Bill, I'd like you to post these two shows together so that people can hear what I went through before.
You're talking about the last show and this one. Yeah, they're all on our website. They're also posted up on all the social media and on YouTube as well, and they go to our radio network in the UK as well. They're everywhere.
Okay. So, but everybody, you need to. I'm not going to go over that right now. But what you need to know is I had been through sheer hell, and this was supposed to make me whole again after a hideous betrayal. And they took our money. Hillary Clinton took it for herself and gave it to Andrew McCabe's wife, Bruce Orr's wife, Fusion GPS, Terry McAuliffe, the governor of Virginia, who is also a mega finance campaign fundraiser bundler for the Democrat Party. Is
that the guy that's the doctor? Is that the doctor that had some interesting comments of you?
I don't know.
Yeah, the Virginia doctor. He's a weird guy.
Okay, let me just go on, please. Let me go on.
I'm just trying to identify who they are.
Okay, Terry McAuliffe, former governor of Virginia, and okay, please, I gotta tell this. I gotta tell this. Okay, so we ream Hillary Clinton. I was like, wait a minute, where's my money? You took my money? You, a feminist running as a woman for president, you're stealing money from a woman? Well, woman's rewards? Where do you get off with this thing, lady? Right. I was so angry. I was so furious. And I am just reaming Hillary Clinton. I went after her so hard. But what happened again, so I went to Joe Biden. And I went to Joe Biden. I said, we demand that you stop Hillary Clinton, and we want to make sure. And it turns out that now it looks like Joe Biden had also received the money for himself with his either for himself or through Hunter Biden. Now realize this is Fusion GPS that's paying for the Christopher Steele dossier that involves Ukraine. People remember Ukraine is a major source of the bad intelligence that is used in the Russia hoax that is now being investigated by Donald Trump. And Joe Biden, in real time, I am telling you, I could go in front of Congress today and testify that I'd provide the papers proving it, that I had gone to Joe Biden to make sure that we got paid so that Hillary Clinton would not steal our money. And then she did. We wanted to make sure that our team would get paid properly. And instead of making us get paid, Joe Biden allows Hillary Clinton to take it. Okay? And the question is, did Hunter Biden get paid when Hillary Clinton got paid and Nellie Orr got paid and Jill McCabe got paid? So fast forward a year, and the $80 billion was actually small potatoes. The next seizure we did was for $1 trillion with a T that has been coming back to the Treasury in two bundles of $200 billion for 5 years. And we have been fighting to get paid. But again, Lockheed Martin got paid. When our money came in, Lockheed Martin gets paid again. And who else gets paid again? Hillary Clinton gets paid again. On the day that our money is returned, James Comey does something quite extraordinary. On October 28th, 2016, 11 days before the presidential election, that when Donald Trump wins, James Comey holds a press conference and he announces that that he is reopening Hillary Clinton's email investigation. Now, knowing how much he hated Donald Trump and how arrogant he was trying to be the kingmaker, trying to make sure Hillary did get elected, why do you think he did that? Because his brother, James Comey's brother, Peter Comey, was the tax attorney accountant for Hillary Clinton's Clinton Foundation. And the week that our money is returned, the first bundle of $200 billion is coming back to the U.S. Treasury that week, October 24th to 28th. Hillary Clinton arranges to wire $1.8 billion to Qatar, the nation of Qatar. And on the day that James Comey suddenly makes his surprise announcement, Hillary Clinton Wall Street is going wild saying, oh my God, she's not even elected yet, and she's already robbing the Treasury. All over the financial media, there's stories popping up. Hillary's wiring $1.8 billion to Qatar. Where is this money coming from? It's coming from the Treasury. And so James Comey jumps in because his brother Peter is directly involved in order to make a $1.8 billion wire, it is required that you have to show paperwork that you're in compliance with taxes. The IRS you have to have IRS paperwork to show that all of your taxes are paid on the money, and you're not doing any tax evasion stunt. So the day that he announces he's reopening her email is the day that she's stealing the money, and the $1.8 billion that they've been working for probably, God only knows, a week or 2 weeks. And again, our money, our whistleblower application for the $1 trillion is just arbitrarily dismissed on October 20th. So they get us out of the way the week before. And they just say, oh, we're not going to pay you. And I'm like, what do you mean you're not going to pay us? We've done everything. We've done everything to the letter of the law. We've obeyed the regulations. We've conformed. We've achieved a fantastic result. What do you mean you're not going to pay us? Oh, well, doesn't matter. Oh, it matters very much to me. Very much to me. But again, we see Lockheed Martin has come in, covered for Hillary Clinton. Hillary and Lockheed together have billed the government. They've just taken it because they're powerful and we're not powerful. And as soon as they knew that money is real money, Lockheed Martin is robbing the Treasury with fraudulent billing. And I want to be very clear, no one on my team has ever worked for Lockheed Martin in our lives. Lockheed Martin, that is illegal. It is thievery. It is fraud. And Lockheed Martin, the president of Lockheed Martin who signed off on this, anyone who's in that chain should be under indictment. What should happen is that the Pentagon should be going through exactly what DOJ is going through and the FBI are going through. Right. And here we go with this static again. Here we go.
Well, that's just me putting back my microphone. I don't know why they're static, but two things. Okay. Lockheed Martin and Bechtel Corporation are the two black holes for money. So see if you have any comment on that.
They are absolute thieves. They are massive thieves and con artists and fraudsters. And so here we come back. So now my team to this day is fighting with Trump. And I'm a huge Trump supporter. Everybody knows that. And I hated Hillary Clinton like you cannot imagine. But we had taken all of this paperwork, all of this reporting to the Justice Department, to the Attorney General's office, and we are now coming forward because we do have the 2.3 trillion and the 21 trillion, and we are bringing this to the attention of the people because we want to make sure that the American people will get this money, not Lockheed Martin.
Exactly.
Thief. We don't want Lockheed Martin shareholders to get our money, to get our $21 trillion and pocket it as if Lockheed Martin is a private bank, and just all this, and the taxpayers.
It's also going into. The other thing is going to black op projects not overseen by the President, Congress, and Senate. Your comments.
Exactly. And so it's going, yes, and that is done through Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin has power, and even when we go to the Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper, and before that, Secretary Shanahan, they are like, oh God, we don't get any They're like, there is no accountability, and they're like, they are hamstrung in their inability to repair Lockheed Martin's damage, because the idea of thievery by Lockheed Martin is so normalized. They don't even question it. It's like, well, of course the money comes, so of course we just give it to Lockheed. And I'm like, but I don't work for Lockheed. You have no right to give my money to Lockheed Martin. They're like, well, but but they don't work for taxpayers anymore. They don't work for the soldiers. They don't work for the military. We have
SOP.
An enemy within, which is a deep state enemy, and we have got to take back our government away from, and they're not helping the soldiers at all.
Right.
The soldiers are not the beneficiaries of this money, as everyone's trying to pretend.
Well, I want to make two comments. They don't give they give level 1 body armor, not level 3. They don't have our APCs protect against bombs blowing their legs off. Please continue.
Yeah, there you go. They have low salaries. I mean, President Trump is proud that he's raised the salaries of these people by 3%. Do you realize that many military guys live off salaries of $14,000 a year? So a 3% salary increase of $14,000 a year is like $500 a year. Oh,
that's ridiculous.
Ooh, that's obscene. For us to pretend that we're pro-military. And who among us wants to give our wealth? We have this $21 trillion is real. I want you to know that. It is real money. It is not a delusion. It's not a fantasy, which is what they'd like you to think. This is actual money that we can touch. I have proposed, and I'm going to be campaigning on this, so that we can avoid inflation. We claim we return it in blocks of like 3.5 trillion a year for 6 or 7 years.
Which could pay off a lot of the debt too, right?
That would be enough to pay off the entire federal deficit in 6 years. We have the capability. And guys, if we don't do it, we are heading from a cold civil war to a hot civil war, because our government cannot sustain the spending, the priorities, the unmet needs of the people. The student loan crisis for our millennials is driving them to be socialists. It is driving them.
They're trying to drive us into surrender to a new world order, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And we have a chance. We've got to take it back now. So
amazing show. We got to do more shows, more videos, more information. This will be out immediately after the show everywhere, Susan. I'm so proud of you. As I say, you're the female Jack Ryan. You have a cape and a spandex suit that's fireproof, and you fly informationally at the speed of light. Or light, I suppose
that's. Nice.
Thank you for your presentation today. Take care.
Call me after the show.
I will.
Okay.
Take care.
Okay, bye.
Okay.